Okay, now I'm going to go over how to do one of these logical baseball puzzles, at least how to get started. You'll see some of these puzzles throughout the year. It starts off with this fairly bland paragraph. It says Sarah loves baseball, so for her birthday, her family gave her tickets for the weekend's major baseball league game. All of this here is almost nonsense. This is Unit 3. It just sets it up. This is a baseball game. What you want to do is read these 6 bullet points here. Use this chart table here, as well as the chart table at the bottom here, to figure out who is who. So they're going to give you first names like Alex, Brad, Sam, and Will. Each one of these people has a last name: Crisp, Amber, Man, or Reach. So it could be Alex Crisp or whatever it might be. Our job is to read these 6 bullet points and figure it out. Somebody played first base, third base, catcher, and center field. So those are the 4 positions of the 4 peoples. Somebody hit a single, double, triple, and grand slam. So your job is to, near the end, figure out who is who, first name, last name, what position did they play, and what was their best hit, whether it was a home run or a triple and so forth. So when we go back to the start here, I'm going to read sentence number 1 here. It says, Alex played center field. Now I'm going to use a circle for yes, X for no here. So Alex, I now know, played center field. So Alex center field right here, I'll put a circle for yes. Okay. Now, yes, you want to put that circle there on the center field, but you also need to realize that this implies other things. This means if Alex is playing center field, that means he is not first base, and so I'm going to use an X to indicate no. Alex did not play third base, and Alex was not the catcher. He was center field, as obviously it says right there. And logically, if Alex is sitting out there in center field, that means Brad, I'll put a no, he didn't play center field. Sam did not play center field, nor did Will. Now these no's will be just as important as some of the yeses, because eventually you might have a situation where you've got 3 no's, and then you have a blank spot here. Well, this would have to be the yes. Now, I did that in pencil because that's not necessarily right. But if you see 3 no's and you have a blank spot, that has to be the yes. At any rate, going back to the first bullet point here, it says Sam Crisp did not get the grand slam. So now we actually know it's Sam Crisp. So it's Sam, and then Crisp is his last name. So again, I'll put a circle for yes. Now, of course, that means Sam's last name is Crisp. His last name is not, X for no, Amber. It's not Man. It's not Reach. And Crisp is Sam, so that means Alex is not Crisp, Brad is not Crisp, Will is not Crisp. Okay? We know that Sam Crisp did not get a grand slam, didn't get a grand slam, so I'll put an X where the grand slam is, right here. Now, you can't really do much more than that. However, you know that, okay, Sam didn't get a grand slam going left to right, but you also know Crisp is the same person. So I can go up and down and mark down that Mr. Crisp did not get a grand slam and put an X there. So whatever happens to Sam, whether he's a first baseman or a third baseman, you can say he's a first baseman for Mr. Crisp as well. So go through all 6 bullet points, and then you should be able to figure out who's who. So like, I know that this is Sam Crisp, so I'm going to write Sam Crisp. Later on, I'm going to figure out that he played third base or first base, and then maybe he hit a double. I don't know. But you should be able to figure out everybody's position after you read all the bullet points, after you look at this chart and think about it from a logical standpoint. Good luck with this.